The real difference between a $2 million purchase of a business and a $50 million purchase of a business is mostly a matter of the zeros. It takes almost the same amount of work, almost the same amount of energy. A lot of the times people will actually go for a smaller business for several different reasons. One is, to them, who's never owned a business, a $2 million company or a $3 million company already sounds like a large business, but really it's not. It's a business where all of that entrepreneurial work that goes on inside that business is all happening from the owner. He's got a couple of employees who are good or bad or helpful or not, but it's the entrepreneur himself who's making that business do what it does. And so the idea is that if you've never owned a company before, number one, you can see yourself replacing that owner. Whereas a big company, you've never run a big company before, you're not inclined to think that you can do that. So people don't look for it. And that's one of the reasons that they don't buy that company. The second reason is they just believe they're simply not qualified. They don't qualify to own that big business. And then the third reason is they look at that company and they're saying to themselves, I can't afford that company. It's got a $20 million purchase price. So that immediately discourages most buyers from even looking at that size company. All of this is antithetical to the truth. The truth is it's easier to buy the bigger company than it is to buy the smaller company. It happens right in the financing. Okay, if you're a lender and somebody comes to you for a $500,000 loan, no big deal. You're not going to make enough money on a $500,000 loan to make it worth your while to really understand the business, understand the entrepreneur, assess their real capacity, look at their business plan and strategy and be able to interpret it at a high thinking level. That doesn't happen in a $500,000 deal. But if it's a $50 million deal, everybody's top flight that's dealing with that transaction. Everybody is looking at that in a way that is productive into the future. Everybody's motivated to get that deal done because everybody's going to make a lot of money. So you have a better chance of financing that bigger business than you do a smaller business. Now it has to qualify for financing, which means it has to be structured right. It has to be structured in a way that can do that. But the real difference between a $2 million purchase of a business and a $50 million purchase of a business is mostly a matter of the zeros. It takes almost the same amount of work, almost the same amount of energy. You have to be a little more sophisticated in your approach to it, but the time and energy that goes into the bigger business is not much more than goes into the smaller business, yet there's a chasm in the difference in the results. After all that work, and you bought a $2 million business, you bought a job that you're going to have to sit in and manage and be active every day and be a slave to the business because you got to be there to do it. In the $50 million business, you bought a wealth creation machine. And that wealth creation machine is going to make it very profitable for you to be engaged in this enterprise and for you to be able to offer big wins to everyone who helps you to acquire it, whether it's the lenders, advisors, attorneys, accountants, consultants, anybody that you have to engage to do this. You've got a big incentive to hang in front of them to work with you. You have to come off as credible, otherwise they'll discount you. But that's where we come in. That's where when we are either your mentor, your coach, your trainer, or your partner in the deal, we bring to that the total credibility to be successful at getting this done. The big promise when you work with us is that you're going to get a team on your behalf who has the length of experience, the depth of experience, the knowledge, the results, history, that when you put that on your team, you secure your ability to get done something that's very complex. And frankly, new people in this business find it very difficult to master all of the elements. But by having an experienced team literally doing it for you, it ensures that the results is the most likely to occur that you're looking for. And our team is just outstanding in terms of its track record and its ability to get these kind of acquisitions done and to do them where not only are the acquisitions done and financed and totally estimated, but that the strategies and the management teams are in place when the deal is done in order to make sure that the company is successful afterwards. I was a pioneer in the integrated financial services industry. We literally transformed the financial services industry into one which, instead of pushing a product on a client, identified what was best for the client and educated the client and allowed the client to pull from those products the products that would best accomplish their objectives. In order to make this happen in the real world, we had to go out and buy companies that sold life insurance, mutual funds, real estate, and other types of investment-related products or income-generating products. And so during that period of time, I bought companies in many different industries. So what we've done has been hard to replicate, frankly. And the way we replicate it is we continue doing it today by training people like you how to do it for yourself. And for those who want us to work with them and actually get it done for them, we have a program that does that too. Even if you're just slightly curious about this, just click on that link below, get in touch with us, and let us know you want to know more, and we'll get in touch with you reasonably quickly.